First of all, I want to thank you for bringing me here because as a seasoned patient, I am not a stranger to pain whatsoever. However, early last year, I suffered from absolute debilitating headaches that I was told were migraines. And after numerous visits to the ER and numerous migraine medication, I was still in debilitating pain. I was introduced to this migraine surgery for occipital neuralgia. And so the reason why I'm here is to get the message out for those who are still suffering that there is relief. You know, I've always held my stress in my neck, so I'm not a stranger to headaches, especially working for myself and having a busy schedule. When I'm under stress and the long commutes that I have, my neck is affected. However, the older I got and the more work I have been doing, the longer the commute, I was realizing that my neck aches were really becoming headaches that did not go away. My primary care kept saying, it's a migraine, it's a migraine. I went to a neurologist, you have migraines. I was treated like every other person who has a headache, and the lesson here is you can't treat anyone with the absolute same medication, even though they're similar symptoms. We all have a different thumbprint, and it's imperative that doctors recognize and understand the differences in patients, people, cultures, and pain. Now, as I walked out, the conference room was filled with all these people, all the lunches. My PowerPoint presentation was up, and I had to walk away from it. And I've never done that in my life, which told me I was in a lot of pain. And so it affected my work. I had to cancel vacations. I got to the point where I lived in my bedroom with an ice pack or a heating pack. I did not go anywhere without an ice pack or a heating pack. I became very depressed because nothing would take the pain away. I would say the initial frustrating part was I felt like I had a gas pilot lit at the back of my neck. For those of you who are familiar with gas fireplaces, there's always a pilot. And then when you turn up the heat, you have a flame. Since that debilitating pain started when I had to cancel my speaking engagement, I felt like I had a constant pilot burning. It never went away. When it flared up, I would have to go to the ER. They would give me a variety of different meds intravenously, which really never took the pain away, calmed me down a bit. However, the most frustrating thing was I would go home, still have a headache, and I had nothing to take. No medication worked for me, none. The unknown migraine is migraine symptoms that absolutely nothing affects. The debilitating pain that comes with a migraine, any migraine, is extremely debilitating. However, not knowing that I had occipital neuralgia, which meant that my nerves were compressed. Anyone knows that when you're dealing with any type of nerve situation, your pain is on heightened alert. And so this migraine that didn't have a name actually does, and it's called occipital neuralgia. My migraine surgeon is Dr. Austen, who actually is the chief of plastic surgery at MGH. And the interesting thing is I met Dr. Austen 8 years ago as he did my implant after my mastectomy. Fast forward 8 years, my daughter's actually assisting him in the OR, and she observed him doing these migraine occipital neuralgia surgeries. Long and short of it, he explained to her what he was doing. She said, wow, my mother has the exact same symptoms. And next thing you know, I'm in his office getting a wonderful nerve block shot. Realized I don't have migraines, I have occipital neuralgia. Absolutely nothing helped except Dr. Austen's nerve block shot. And I thought if that was going to be a permanent result, I couldn't wait for surgery. The second thing is there was so much great communication. There seemed to be a team here on this the study. There was easily accessed emails back and forth. Someone always answered my email or my phone call. I felt very supported. I felt they knew what my situation was, and it was very encouraging. He is a very thoughtful and analytical surgeon. He does not make rash decisions. He listens to the patient. He listened to me. He said, "Patience, Theresa. We're not going to rush into anything if we don't need to." And I thought that was really good. As disappointed as I was, because I thought that was the next step, he explained to me it's not for everyone. I'll be honest with you. I expected an immediate response. Like, we're such an instant gratification society today. We want everything yesterday. I'm like nobody else. I like everybody else. Everybody else, I'm sorry, wrong. I am like everyone else. I want it immediately. So while I did not heal as fast as I thought, which means I had to keep coming back for the nerve block shots, and I didn't know I would still be in pain. Mind you, they were not ER worthy, as I call them, but they were painful enough that I would need another nerve block shot. So I was disappointed that I still didn't have medication I could take when my headache came back. It wasn't as debilitating, but I still had pain. And he gave me various examples of other patients where it takes a long time to heal. Nerves take a long time to heal. End of story. So he really helped me with the patients, and I always knew he was there if I ran into a problem. And with trial and error of various different muscle relaxers and time, I feel 100% better.